Hello friends, welcome to the world of Lean Six Sigma. I am your coach and mentor Mohit Sharma. I am a certified master black belt and today I am going to present a case study on NPS improvement. NPS is Net Promoter Score. So before we get into the case study, let us understand what is NPS score. Net Promoter Score survey measures customer loyalty by identifying customers as promoters, passives and detractors. Essentially, NPS data is captured by asking how likely are you to recommend ABC company. Customers then answer on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, which is then used to calculate the NPS score and identify the promoters, passives and detractors of your brand. Promoters are those who answer 9 or 10 in an NPS survey. Passives are customers who answer 7 or 8 on an NPS survey. They are not likely to harm a business with negative word of mouth, nor are they likely to recommend the business, and may switch to competitors who offer something new or more interesting. Detractors are the customers who rate your brand between 0 and 6. Detractors are not happy with the company and are likely to share their negative experience online and with their friends and family. So let us understand the formula of NPS. How can we calculate NPS percentage? NPS percentage is equal to number of promoters minus number of detractors divided by total number of respondents into 100. Let us take an example to understand this better. If we have received 100 responses to our survey, 10 responses were in the range from 0 to 6, they are called detractors. 20 responses were in the range of 7 to 8, they are known as passives, and 70 responses were in the range from 9 to 10, they are called promoters. So the formula is total number of promoters 70 minus total number of detractors 10 divided by 100 into 100, which is equal to 60%. So in this formula, number of responses which are 7 and 8, which are passives, are not considered. So that is how the Net Promoter Score is calculated. So guys, let's move to the case study. The case that we have taken today is of an automotive major company. Their NPS score on the customer experience is low for last 2 years. They are observing that over the last 2 years, the NPS score is 53% and 54% respectively, and they want to improve this score to 65%. For that, they have handed over this project to a team of Six Sigma experts led by a black belt. So they wanted this to be led as a black belt project. So the first thing that is done in this project is to define the project charter. The project charter has 6 elements. The number 1 is called the business case. Number 2 is the problem statement. Number 3 is the goal statement. Number 4 is scope of the project. Number 5 is the milestones. And number 6 is the team charter. The problem identified here is that over the past 2 years, the NPS percentage of customer service business is less than 55%. So this is a big problem which has been identified by the team. The goal of the project is to improve the NPS score of customer service business from 53.5% to 65% by June 2017. The scope of the project is customer service business, and out of the scope is rest of the other departments. The milestones are the project is starting from 14th of March 2017 and it will end on 30th of June 2017. The team charter is champion has been identified for the project, a sponsor, a mentor, process owner and the team members are also been identified. Army chart and communication plan has also been defined. Army stands for approver, resource, member and informed. So the stakeholders who will approve the project in which phase they will be informed, and who all are the member of the project which will help in data collection, brainstorming and all, and who all are the resources. So resources are the subject matter experts like the information technology guy, IT guy or any other subject matter expert of the process. They are also identified. Their roles and responsibility are clearly defined and they are communicated to them so that everybody is clear what is the role that they are playing in the project. The next thing is that the team has to finish the project on time. So they have created a communication plan. So communication plan defines like the events, what are the team meetings that they will do, what are the stakeholder reviews, what is the Six Sigma review, and what is the project update that the team is going to send, and what is the message that will be there during that meeting or the event, who will be the audience, what is the frequency, who is responsible to set these events, and what is the medium that is being used. The communication plan helps deliver the project on time, because if you communicate what is happening in the project to the stakeholders, they are also happy with the progress which is being made. If there is a communication which is going from the process or the project owners to the stakeholders, they are content and they are happy that yes, the project is going in the right direction. So this is very important tool. The next thing that the team did was to do a brainstorming session and identifying what are the causes of this particular problem, which is low NPS score. The fishbone diagram is used, cause and effect diagram has been used for this. Under process head, they have identified some root causes which are aggressive or misleading billing practices or too long registration queues. Under people, they said registration clerk is slow, delay in service of the vehicle, unplanned leaves during weekends by the staff, and that is why there was a delay in the overall service, and that is why the low NPS. And all defects are not rectified in one go. There are multiple visits which are required. So this leads to dissatisfaction of the customer and hence low NPS score. Under mother nature is that there is too much rush during weekends. So that is natural because people are on leave on weekends and that is why they come for their service. And under machine, they had system issues which delays the service. They had network down as a problem which delays the service. They have printer issues, so printer is not working, which is leading to delay in the gate pass issuance and other related delays. Under material, commonly used parts are not available in the warehouse, so that is leading to delay of the overall repair or the service of the automotive. Tools for repair are missing, so that is also one of the reasons of delay. And parts are costly, and costly parts are taking more time for approval from the end customers so that they can install that part in the vehicle, and that is also one of the reasons of low NPS score. The measurement has three sub causes. One is the day of the week of the month as the reason, and the third one was wrong time estimations are provided to the customer, which was leading to huge customer dissatisfactions because team was not able to meet their promises in terms of delivery time, and hence low NPS score. The next thing that team did was to create a data collection plan in which the project Y was NPS, and there were certain axes on which the data could be collected like aggressive billing, high repair turnaround time, multiple visits, wrong time estimations, and the next one is the wrong estimated provided to the customer. So on all these axes the data was collected, and post that there was an analysis which is done. Detractor feedback was also collected from the NPS survey, and there were certain issues which were highlighted in that. Both of these brainstorming session, data collection, and the detractor feedback survey were compared together, and then the final root causes were identified. In this Pareto chart, if you look at this, the high service or repair TAT, inconvenient billing process, and multiple visits for complete repair are contributing to 81.8% of the total errors. These three were the main feedback, and on this the analysis was done, and finally these solutions were provided to these three main root causes. So net promoter score for this particular case study is total number of responses were 400, promoters were 300, neutrals were 12, and detractors were 88, and hence the net promoter score was 53% in this case. Further 5i analysis was done on high turnaround time of service, high turnaround time for repair, inconvenient billing process, and multiple visits. We will take them one by one. High service TAT, why it is so? Because there is less staff, Why there is less staff? Because the forecasting of workload is not done. Why the forecasting of the workload is not done? Because the forecasting model is not forward looking. What does it mean? It is only taking into consideration the past data. It is not taking the future demand in consideration. So the solution is to create a forward looking forecast. The second was high repair turnaround time. Why it is so? Because the high TAT to order the part is the reason. And why it is so? Because the custom clearance takes more time. And why custom clearance takes more time? Because high demand parts are not stocked locally. That is why they have to be ordered from outside, and that is why the custom clearance takes time. And what is the solution? The solution is to stock the high demand parts in local warehouses. The next root cause was inconvenient billing process. Why this is inconvenient billing process? Because old machines or the softwares were used. Why? Because they were not upgraded for last 3 years. Why? Because they had less or no budget. So the solution is to provide budget for software update and server update. The last root cause was multiple visits. Why? Because all defects are not identified in the first visit. Why? Because engineers, those who repair the automobile, they are not trained properly to identify all the defects in one go. And why they were not trained? Because there was no training provided on the new cars or the new models which are being launched by the company. And the solution to this is to provide the periodic training to these people so that they can identify all the defects in the first go. The next is the implementing solution, which is the improve phase, for which 4 W's and 1 H is being used. The first W is they need to change the forecasting model, where it is to be done, who will do that, by when it is to be done, and how has been identified for these 4 solutions, which are implementing the forecasting model, stock high demand parts in local warehouse, upgrade the software, and provide training to the engineers on the floor. Then the before and after condition after implementing all the solutions. The new response has been taken from 100 more customers after the implementation of the solutions. And the net promoter score has increased from 53% to 78%. The new improved state is to be controlled now. So a control plan has been implemented in which frequency of check and who will check that these things are being done properly in the system are being implemented in the control plan. For example, if we have to stock the high parts in local warehouses, somebody has to check that high parts are being stocked in the local warehouses. The frequency of check is monthly and it is to be checked by the logistics manager. So like that, the control plan is being implemented. So this is a successful project on net promoter score. So there are some analysis which are done apart from this Pareto chart. They are not being shown in the case study, but yes, some hypothesis testing was also done to identify the real root causes, which came out to be these 4 only. So that is how the entire NPS score has been moved from 53% to 78%. So friends, I hope you like this case study, and if you really like this case study, please give it a thumbs up and share this with your friends. So I will see you in my next video pretty soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.